Hi guys, welcome to Classic TV Facts and Trivia. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is, we're going back to the Brady Bunch and how Barry Williams, who played Greg, and Susan Olsen, who played Cindy, had difficulties on the Brady Bunch set. Take a look. Being a kid is a tough job. Just ask Charlie Brown. Well, it's a rough gig even for children who aren't under constant scrutiny. Being a kid is even harder when you're in the cast of one of the TV's most beloved families. Child stardom and its effects on a child are pretty well documented at this point, with few exceptions like Ron Howard. It doesn't usually result in a lot of happiness. According to Barry Williams and Susan Olsen, the troubles of navigating Hollywood as a kid were nearly matched by the struggles they had after clocking in. As they both recalled, in Williams' growing up Brady, the hardships of fame were dwarfed by the hazards of the job. Unfortunately, director Oscar Rudolph had an annoying habit of trying to maintain absolute control over everything in his path, wrote Williams. While preparing to film a scene, he'd supervise the lighting guys, bother the cameramen, and when we're finally ready to shoot, he'd give in to his anal retentive obsession compulsion by trying to completely manipulate the performances of us kids. Because they were underage, the Brady actors weren't trusted to create their own performances. They were perceived as too young to have any artistic merit, and so none of them were really able to make their own choices as actors. To hear Susan Olsen discuss the matter, the control didn't stop when the director yelled, "Cut." "I really resented being treated as an object," she said. "And most of the adults that worked with us respected us as people who were doing a job, being professional, and they were good with us. But some people refused to acknowledge the fact that kids could be communicated with. You know, they'd be surprised when other crew members would speak to us in the same manner they'd speak to an adult. But when I was at work, I was a worker. I didn't want to be talked down to. I didn't want to be treated with less respect than anybody else. And what Oscar would do if he wanted me to move somewhere on the set, instead of saying, 'Okay, Susie, can you take 3 steps left?' or whatever, he'd just pick me up and move me. I can still remember his thumbs in my armpits. Even then I remember thinking, he doesn't do that to Florence Henderson. One time, when he didn't like the shirt that wardrobe had put me in, he started taking my shirt off, just exactly like I was a little mannequin or something. As if being recognized everywhere they went wasn't hard enough, the kids couldn't even catch a break on the set." I can imagine how hard that would be, especially these kids that are doing the show. I mean, they wouldn't be able to do it if they weren't a little bit more mature than their age. And the director taking the shirt off a little girl didn't sound very good to me at all. It just sounded strange. Even if it wasn't meant to be, he should have known better. It's just I can feel it. I can feel the pain. I'm not saying it's real pain, or I can feel what they're saying. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic rock and country music facts and trivia. Something a little different over there. You remember the game show host Chuck Woolery? Well, he wrote 5 songs, some psychedelic, some country music, that you might not know he wrote, and some of them may surprise you. Go check that out. Please subscribe. Please subscribe here if you have not yet. You guys have a great day. God bless. I'm praying for you.